Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode. In today's episode, we're going to be talking a few fun little things here. You know, like first of all, I'm trying to get the camera adjusted correctly there, all right, while I'm doing the intro. Well, always doing double, triple duty. But one of the things that we're going to be doing today is, again, just to go along with the double, triple duty, we're going to be talking about a few things, a few oddities, a few different things about living in Mexico. They're probably very different from wherever the hell you come from. So with that being said, let's get on the bike, take a ride around the hood. You already know what's up, and have a conversation. I made a little bit of a list. It says we're just taking a little bit of a Sunday stroll on a Friday afternoon or whatever day it is today. Doesn't really matter. I can multitask. So, you know, there was a bunch of things, you know, that when I first moved out here were very new and very different, and I didn't even know what were a thing until I lived out here, and then I realized that things are different here, just like they're different in other parts of the world. So, for example, one of the things is taking parasite medication. Now you're probably thinking like, what, huh? What are you talking about? Well, the reason I'm bringing this up, and the reason I'm even making this video to begin with up, is because I was watching another, I think it was a Kinetic Kenyans, I'm pretty sure, and they had an episode just talking about random things, and one of the things that they mentioned was a parasite meds, and I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, I'm so used to it already, I forget about it. But long story short, you know, out here, you know, it's kind of customary, hey, not only to have loud dogs barking at everyone that drives by, but it's also customary, in a sense, to take your parasite medication and to make sure that you're constantly, you know, cleaning yourself out to make sure you don't get any parasites yourself. All right? And we're gonna go a little deeper into that. So, I mean, I'm not going to show you the exact brand because there's many brands. But long story short, you know, out here, it is customary for like every 6 months for you and the family to take an anti-parasitic medication in order to get rid of parasites that you might have encountered in the last 6 months. And to me, when I first took this out here, the reason I first ever took it was because a Christian. She was telling me when we were dating, hey, did you already do your parasite? And I'm like, huh? The what? The who? And then basically she's the one that guided me through it. But I mean, long story short, to me it was a surprise why they don't do things like this in the US. You know, why is it only out here? And I'm guessing other countries do a similar thing, but for whatever reason, they don't do this in the US. I don't know why. But anyways, whenever I start feeling a little funky in my stomach, in my gut, in my anything, all I really got to do is just like look at the schedule and be like, oh yeah, I got to take my parasite medication. And that's it. And it's just basically 1 pill, 2 pills, just kind of depending on the brand. And you basically just take it. And then, yeah, you just feel better. And I guess it just kills all the parasites that you encounter from eating a fruit without washing it, from eating tacos from the taco stand, you know, from maybe drinking water out of the faucet that one time, and I can go on, you know what I mean? And yeah, you know, like I said, you know, a lot of people, some people take it, some people don't, but I think that the majority, most people take it. Now, depending on what part of Mexico you're in, this is a thing or it's not a thing, but from what I understand, from everything I see, it seems like it is a thing. It's almost every Mexican I know, ever since I've been here. It's a thing, and there's Mexicans from all parts of Mexico here. So that's one thing. All right. What else? So another thing that's like a must-have out here and a must-learn is sorry, just making sure I gotta look both ways there. Anyways, one of the things that, you know, every single person that comes out here must have, no, it's not a Facebook account. We've already made videos on that. I know a lot of you guys hate it. But no, WhatsApp. Basically, WhatsApp. So up until I moved out here, I've known about WhatsApp. In fact, everybody knows about WhatsApp. Some people have used it regularly for a very long time, and other people have never even used it or heard of it until they come out here. But basically, everyone out here in Mexico, everyone, 95% of the people, they all communicate through WhatsApp. Well, you're probably asking, why is that? Because again, WhatsApp is a calling and messaging application for your phone in which you can communicate with people with only data. You don't need an actual phone service or phone signal. So a lot of people, again, a lot of people out here, their phone is a thing, but it's not like, in other parts of the world where it's like everybody is like addicted and without the phone they can't live or survive or anything like that. It's a little different, but at the end of the day, everybody does have a phone out here, and they do need to communicate. And they do need to communicate, and they do need to do all that stuff, but they can't afford to pay for the service. So as long as you got a phone and an account, whether it's man, I say I'm a little lost now. I went the wrong way. I don't even know where I'm going. But anyways, we'll figure it out together. But anyways, but yeah, so like, what WhatsApp allows you to do is that let's just say that you run out of minutes, you run out of data, you run out of whatever. Well, you still have that phone number forever, even if you never ever pay it again. And if you can connect through Wi-Fi or through some other internet, then you're allowed to use that number, you're allowed to use that messaging, whatever. So some people, they'll go months without paying their phone bill because they don't need to pay their phone bill. They already have, you get what I'm saying? Something like WhatsApp, they probably have readily Wi-Fi available, whether it's at a home or they take it from a neighbor or from a business, or I can go on and on. So yeah, I'm gonna have to turn around. I just realized it might be a one-way street up ahead. But yeah, WhatsApp is a very, 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 very important item. Oh look, a laundromat. Look at that. First time I seen a laundromat. I know there's a bunch of laundromats in Merida, but they're a little bit more rare. Let me see if I can show you guys. They're a little bit more rare than you might think. People actually wash your clothes here, and it's actually cheaper to have somebody wash your clothes here than to come wash it yourself. But it's another story. I think I'm gonna be able to. Oh yeah, all right. Let's go wrong way. You're going the wrong way. How the hell do you know where I'm going? Anyways, let's get back to the topic. So, yeah, WhatsApp is a very, very, very important thing to have. Not only are you going to need it immediately once you cross into Mexico, but you're going to learn how to, you better learn how to use it, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to communicate. So, for example, if you come out here with your American number, with your German number, with your number from whatever part of the world, it's not going to really matter. It's not going to really matter because you just add your phone number to WhatsApp, and then basically you can communicate with anyone from any point of the world with whatever phone number, with whatever situation over there, with ease. So a lot of people, even let's just say that you got family over here or vice versa, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, we communicate through that. We communicate through WhatsApp for free. You know what I mean? So that's like a major thing here that you need. I'm not going to give you a whole tutorial. I'm not going to show you how to use WhatsApp. You guys can figure it out. It's very, very easy and very self-explanatory. But I would highly suggest that you learn how to use WhatsApp and get with it when it comes to that application, because that application is basically just for everything out here. It's very rare that you'll communicate with somebody without it. In fact, in order for you to really communicate with somebody that doesn't have WhatsApp, then you yourself also need to have a phone number that's Mexican. That's the only way. Really, the only way to really communicate with another Mexican with ease is that you got to get your own Mexican number. And that's like another thing. You got to get the SIM card. You got to get probably a Mexican phone, and that can go on and on in order to make it as easy as possible. But if you have WhatsApp, I mean, that's it. All you need is an internet connection, and you can pick whatever, whatever number you have from freaking Antarctica, and that's plenty. That's plenty in order to you know, get your text message or your phone call or whatever it is you got to do. So with that being said, we are back here at the mall. I gotta just grab something real quick. That's why I brought you guys with me. So with that being said, let's park the bike. I already showed you how we parked the bike. I'm not gonna show you again. So I'll see you guys when we get in there.
A few inches later.
And we're back. All right, so I'm hot and sweaty. That's another one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about. It's the weather, the climate. It's not for everybody, depending on where you are. Mexico is just as diverse as the United States and other countries. In which it is very biodiverse. And so right now I am in the Yucatan. I am in Merida. And it's one of the hottest spots out here outside of the desert for many reasons. And it's not for everybody. I enjoy it personally. I enjoy the heat. I enjoy a little bit of the humidity. It's like a sauna 24/7. Well, not that bad. It's actually worse in other places. Yeah, it's kind of early in the morning. It's people are starting to wake up and come out here and get to work or start doing their thing. As you guys can see, there's a little bit more action going on right now than there was a few minutes ago when we got here. Okay, so just trying to get out of here in one piece. So as I was saying, yeah, the whole weather thing. I've talked about it many times, made full videos on it. You gotta do a lot of research on that, man. You can't just come willy-nilly to Mexico and expect that it's the same everywhere when it's not even anywhere remotely close to that. Some places are hot and humid and tropical and amazing, and some places are freezing, and some places are in the middle, and there's just all kinds of different types of weather out here. So, you know, that's something you should look into, and don't let it get you by surprise, because for whatever reason, a lot of people just think that it's the same weather all across the country, when if you look at the actual country, you'll see that it's very, very biodiverse, and that's not even, it's just not true, you know? So please do your research on that. All right, let's get back to the list that I had here. Now on the list, I have two things that I wanted to talk about. One is the apostle. Okay, we're going to talk about, you know, getting your apostle. What is an apostle? Why do you need one? That whole thing. And then life insurance. You're like, what? Life insurance? Why is Jose talking about insurance or things like that? So those two things are very important. In fact, I am most likely going to make episodes on each individual one of those things, okay? Just because these things are very important. I've made a video on the apostle a while back on my other channel. It still gets views, so I got to make an update to that. And the life insurance thing, that's something that I just learned very recently, and it's something that it's like a thing out here. It's different. It's not what you think. So back home, at least in the US, life insurance is, you know, basically for one thing only: if you die. If you die, you have life insurance, and then that's it. So basically the running joke is like, if you're married and your wife tells you to get life insurance, that means that your wife's probably going to kill you in a few months to cash in on that life insurance. At least that's the joke. But out here, life insurance is not like that. In fact, it is a completely different animal. Life insurance out here is literally what it says it is. Oh, look, it's a lot of water there. Man, fuck it, let's go through it. Let's go through the river. Let's see. Wish me luck, guys. You know what? Maybe it's not a good idea to go into there. Let me just go around the lake. Bruh. Let me go around the lake. Be smart. Don't be a smart ass. I'm already a smart ass. Anyways, okay. But let's just go with life insurance. You know, life insurance is a completely different animal out here. Life insurance is more like insurance for your life. So basically, you don't have to get car insurance, but you kind of have to have life insurance. Why? Because if you get in an accident, no matter what the severity of it is, what gets cashed in is your life insurance. So for example, you get in an accident and it's massive damages, you might have even killed the person or whatever. If you got life insurance, you're probably let off. If you don't have any insurance at all, or life insurance or anything, nothing that no one can pay the debt or pay the situation with, then you, my friend, are gonna be in trouble. Why? Because you're gonna have to pay for it. And so, again, if you don't have any kind of insurance, any kind of anything, what they'll do is that they'll arrest you, and then once you come up with the money, then you get let go. And if you don't, that's another situation. Now, I don't know the exacts and all that, but it's something like that. And so life insurance out here is very different. Let's just say, you know, you get life insurance and no matter what happens, whether you work for yourself or you work for somebody, you get sick, you can cash in. You can have sick days. So even as an entrepreneur, even as a guy selling, you know, umbrellas on the side of the street or tacos, you know, you can get life insurance. And let's say you get sick for a few days, you can just cash in and just say, and call sick days. You know what I mean? And they will pay for it. And that could go on and on. So like I said, I really need to make a whole episode on this because this is a very, very, you know, complicated issue, extensive issue that I need to do more research on myself. But basically life insurance here is just like an extra insurance, but in most cases it's like the basic ground level foundation insurance, and then you get other insurance. So you know, you don't have to get anything in Mexico, all right? You don't have to get the jab, you don't have to get nothing out here, all right? Nothing is whatever enforced, nothing is forced, nothing, they can't. I don't want to get into that, that's not what this episode's about. But with that being said, the one thing that is a little bit kind of like, you know, you need to have is life insurance. Because even like, let's say you want to get a debt. Let's say you want to like, you know, ask for some money from the bank. Well, they need life insurance. Why? Because if you don't pay, in fact, even if you die, for example, for whatever reason, they can, you know, if you die, the debt goes on to the next of kin. But if you got life insurance, then whatever debt you have is paid out through the life insurance. So it's like I said, life insurance is very different out here. So for example, let's say you have a car like that, then you're probably just gonna need life insurance, you know, and it's just pretty cheap, just something to make sure in case anything happens. Like I said, I think it was Chris Rock that said that, right? Insurance should be called in case shit happens. So with that being said, yeah, you know what I mean? Like the basic thing is life insurance. And then let's say you have a nice fancy car. Let's say you got a BMW. Let's say you got like a nice expensive fancy car. Then you probably want to get car insurance. So you'll get life insurance and then you'll get like full coverage car insurance, for example. Same thing as like me. With life insurance for medical reasons, it's plenty. Now, if I need to go to the doctors on a regular basis, if I need to see you know, multiple doctors, I need to get multiple medications, I need to go in and out, I'm in and out of the hospital for a lot of reasons or whatever, then I would get medical insurance on top of my life insurance. You get what I'm saying? And things like that. It's like supplemental insurance, or it could be the base insurance. But at the end of the day, life insurance out here is completely different than what you're probably used to. And it's a lot more useful and a lot better product than what we have and what we're used to back home. So, you know, that's like a major thing there. Now, you know, before I forget, let's move on to the apostle. So what is the apostle? Again, you need to do research on this. I'm not the guy, you already know what my channel is. I'm just here to wave the flag and let you guys know what's going on, and then you guys have to really like kind of dig it out and figure it out. But apostle, for the first years that I was here, I didn't need it. I didn't know what the hell an apostle was. It wasn't until, I'm trying to think of where I gotta turn. Let me maybe turn this way. But it wasn't until I needed to get married to Christian, and then all of a sudden they're like, okay, so do you have your birth certificate apostoled and translated? Do you have this document apostoled? Do you have this? And I'm like, what the hell is even an apostle? So long story short, if you want to have any kind of, if you want to do any kind of movement out here in Mexico, let's say you want to buy a property, let's say that you want to get your residency, let's say that you want to get married, let's say, you know, yada yada yada, stick. Let me go through here. I don't even know where I am. We'll figure it out. I don't know. Then you need your apostle. You're gonna need it at one point or another. Now, there's multiple ways to get it. There's multiple ways to get your apostle. You know, meaning you can get it all resolved in your country of origin before you come to Mexico, which is something that I would highly recommend, especially if you know that you're gonna be doing certain things out here. Like, again, probably getting your temporary or permanent residency. That alone is enough reason to make sure you have it. So, You know, with that being said, you know, the whole thing with the apostle, it's something that you need to research and you need to have and you need to get, because like I said, you know, if you're gonna get any kind of residency out here, if you plan on getting married to somebody, if you plan on buying probably some property, doing any kind of anything that would, you know, go above and beyond a tourist visa, then you do 100% need to get your apostle. So you got to figure that out. And so depending on the state, depending on the country, depending on many things, it's going to be difficult, you know what I mean? Or easy, very easy. It could get to be very, very, very easy or very, very difficult. And it has a lot to do with basically your country of origin and your state. But you can get it now. Another thing, if you, for whatever reason, already left, already out of the country, you're not going back to the country, and you do need your apostle, there are services out there, and I can help you with that. But basically, lawyers and services and companies that work within the US or within other countries, and they help you get your apostle, and they will deliver it to you. You know, basically though, you know, let's say you're already out here in Mexico and you have no plans of going back to the US, you can just contact this guy that is in you know, not this guy, it's a company, you know what I mean? And they're based out of Washington, D.C. And then basically, since they're in D.C. and they're around all of the, you know, around all of the state's representatives and all that crap or whatever it is they got to do, they can get it done. And they can do it remotely, and you don't need to be there. I repeat, this is something you can get done with a lawyer and do it remotely. Now, it's going to be more expensive. If you do this on your own, if you go out there and make this happen and just do this on your own, you're going to be fine. You know, when it comes to pricing, again, depending on the state, would depend on like how long you'll have to wait. But for the most part, if you do this on your own, it will be way cheaper, because it's basically just you dealing with the government, trying to get some paperwork, and you just got to pay a few bucks here and there. And it might, I mean, honestly, it might be under $100. It might be under 50 bucks, just depending on your state and your situation, your country or whatever. But if you're doing it, let's say that you're already here and you got to get it all done, you know, over there and have it mailed to you over here, it's going to get as high as probably 800 bucks. But just know that it can be done. And everyone needs it, no matter what country you're from. For the most part, there's some countries out there that don't need it, but I think anyone that's watching or listening to me right now, you're gonna need that apostle. Now, again, it's only for certain things. If you're just coming out here and you plan on being on a tourist visa for infinity, and you just want to retire and you're not buying anything and you're just kind of like living out here your life, or what you're, you know, whatever. There's a lot of situations in which you're not gonna need it. You're not even anywhere close to needing it. But for a lot of things, you will need it at some point. So I would research this depending on your situation, and I would look into it, because like I said, if you can get it before you leave your country of origin, so much easier, better, cheaper. But if you can't and you need it, which you probably will, then there's still ways to get it, okay? So just I wanted to, like, at the very least, kind of lay that out there. So like I said, you know, there's a bunch of things out here. Life insurance is completely different. You know, life insurance is basically insurance for your life, for in case anything happens, no matter what happens. Life insurance is there. You don't have to wait to die. You know, but that's that. The apostle is a piece of paper. I'm not going to get too deep into it and read you the whole Wikipedia page on why we need an apostle and what's the apostle from and where did it come on, man. You do your own research, all right? I'm just letting you know you need it, all right? And why you need it, and what's all that with that. So, you know, the whole apostle thing is important. We already talked about WhatsApp. Learn it. Figure it out. I know a lot of people are like, oh, why don't you use Telegram, or why don't you use this, or why don't you use that? Because everybody else uses WhatsApp, at least in this country. You know what I mean? And so I can be on Telegram, but who am I going to be talking to? 3 people? You know what I mean? Like, and there's no other way really to talk to people or send messages. We've already talked about that. It's very complicated, and you know, the best way to really communicate with people is with WhatsApp. You can call, text, whatever. Even if the other person hasn't paid their phone bill, you can still call and text them. You know what I mean? They just can't text you back, but they can definitely pick up the call and have a conversation with you, and all this other stuff. So, and this is without any service. But most people can do it. You know, again, the reason they use WhatsApp is because they can communicate with people and they don't have to pay for phone. They just got to hook up to some sort of Wi-Fi or whatever, which everybody has internet. Because there's internet everywhere. So a lot of people don't even ever pay their phone bill. They're just always connecting from Wi-Fi to Wi-Fi to Wi-Fi. You know what I mean? So, so that's that. So we covered the Wi-Fi. We covered the parasite pills. And oh yeah, that reminds me. And another option out here, another great thing about living out here is the fact that there's just so much organic medicine. There's just so much organic, like real medicine, real options like that. So remember, I've been having knee problems, right? Well, I've been seeing a bunch of experts, and basically the experts that, I'm gonna wait for this truck. Okay, so the experts that live or work in the US, because remember, we have doctors, amazing doctors out here, and a lot of them work here and work in the US. So a lot of them, the ones that come from like the whole US mentality and from over there, they were all recommending surgery. They were all recommending, you know, invasive procedures. And that's not what I wanted. So I said, you know what, let me go back to just seeing the regular doctors out here. And I found the doctor. This guy's like a trainer. This guy's like a trainer. And for boxers, you know, since forever. You should see the pictures on his wall. It's fucking amazing. So then this guy is the last guy I recently saw, and he basically told me, no man, you can get surgery, but that's just gonna mess you up more. This is what you need to do. Take this, take that, do this exercise, do this, do that. I've been doing that for just like, I don't know, a week, and I'm already like way better. And you know, basically he's telling me, take glucosamine, take some of this avocado oil thingy in my jiggy, take some of this, take all natural, all natural. In fact, the only thing he gave me that was not natural was a pill for pain, which I only took once, and I've never taken again because it just destroyed my stomach. And that's it. So basically it's the same thing, you know. I had to go see the stomach doctor, the whatever, you know, and the same thing, you know. Most, they got like various options, you know what I mean? And most of them opt to give you the natural remedy, the natural medicine. But they have all options. So dude, that's another thing too out here, where a doctor, a very, you know, expensive, highly decorated doctor, whatever, he's not going to be offering meds and offering all this other crap like a drug dealer is back home. Like a, you know, but that's what doctors have become in most places, especially in the US. No, what they're actually trying to treat it and cure you and make you feel better. They don't want to see you again. They want to make sure that you never come back. You know what I mean? Like that's why they want to fix you, because that's how they do their job. And basically, with that being said, you know, that's like another major positive out here. So, you know, many things that are, you know, in a sense, you're gonna have to get used to one way or the other. Some things are good, some things are bad, but for the most part, I think everything is 100% good. It's just different, and one needs to learn what all this is, you know, better earlier than later. And that's kind of it. So, all right, I think we've already circled around this block like 3 times. So let's start bringing this baby home, all right? Let's start bringing this this sucker all the way back. So guys, you already know what's up. If you like this kind of content, you already know what to do. Don't forget to please like, please subscribe, please share, please hit that bell icon. But more importantly than anything else, please stay awesome. Thanks again for watching. Thanks again for saying hi to me. The ice cream spot. Yeah, hell yeah. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like I said, you know, stay awesome, guys. And thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.